Welcome to my world, where you will experience an atmosphere of love, relevant subjects, and motivation. So let's talk about things that matter. What matters to you matters to me. Well, welcome back. We've been talking about a series on authenticity. What does it mean to be real? What does it mean to be true to oneself? And I believe that after these series of episodes, you will look at this and say, you know what? I don't have to be like anyone else. I don't have to wear a mask. I don't have to be phony. I'm unique just the way I am. I like myself. And I really believe that, as I said in the last episode, that's the part of us that the world needs. That's the part of us that you need. That's the part of you that I need. We all need to be authentic. So today we're going to continue our series on the authenticity. And today we're going to talk about, do you have copycat syndrome? You know what copycat is, trying to mimic or be like somebody else. Do you have copycat syndrome? I really believe that this is really going to help you greatly. Everywhere you look, if we were to be honest, you will find copycats. And there are copycats. You will always run across someone who tries to imitate or adopt to the behaviors and practices of another. While there may be copycats in the world, the question I would like to ask you today is, what would the world look like if everyone just decided to just be themselves? What would that look like? To just literally and authentically, the best way I know how, to just be me and not have to copycat or imitate or adopt to someone else's way of thinking or believing or living. What would the world look like if we can just be who we are and true to ourselves? This is my definition of a copycat. It's someone who strips themselves from their own identity to wear the identity of another. You have stripped yourself, your real self, your raw self, and you have put that to the side and stripped that to put on the identity of something that's not even you. And I will call it copycat syndrome, because many of you out there have it. Some of you have it right now. I had it at one time. So many people want to be like someone else or become the next somebody else. But what many fail to realize is that when you do this, it shows and demonstrates not only to the world, but to me, that you're not even aware of how uniquely designed and amazing you are as a person. You don't even know who you are. You don't even know how amazing you are. I keep referring to looking within. If you keep looking within yourself, look at yourself in the mirror and you will realize, I don't have to be a copycat. I could be the original. I'm the original Henry. Nobody can do it like you. Nobody can imitate me because I am me. I am my own original. I am my own imitation. So many people think, I want to be like that person. I want to be like that person. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be like them from the standpoint of being inspired by them. And we'll talk about that here in a few seconds. But when you try to literally walk in their shoes, a place where you've never been, by the way, let's be honest, we really don't know what that person went through to get to where they're at. So even for you to make that statement, I want to be like them, you don't know what it took for them to get to where they're at. So why would you want to do that? And if some of you truly knew the heartache, the pain, and the stuff that they had to endure for them to get to where they're at, maybe you may shift in your thinking and wanting to be like them or copycat them. What if I told you that you are enough? How many of y'all out there today hear me? What if I told you that are watching right now that you are enough? What if I told you that you are just as powerful, just as valuable, just as important as the person that you are imitating? You will never know that. And you'll never discover how powerful you are. You'll never discover how amazing you are until you stop trying to be a copycat. You will never know. So now, let me make something very clear. There is a huge difference between being inspired by someone and wanting to imitate some positive traits you see in them, compared to actually living your life within their identity and not yours. There is a huge difference. Let me give you an example. There are quite a few people in my life that I would say that I am inspired by. Doesn't mean I want to walk in their shoes or be like them. The first person that I'm inspired by is Mr. Rogers. Many of you probably know, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Y'all probably know Mr. Rogers. I don't know, very few people that may not know him, but some of you know who I'm talking about. I am inspired by him. He is kind, he's generous, he's thoughtful, respectful, loving, he's approachable, and the list goes on. There are great qualities in Mr. Rogers that I like, and I want to be just like that. I mean, who wouldn't want these qualities? Who wouldn't want to imitate or adapt to this? I do. Now, I can look at his life and say that I can look at his life and say that I see something in him that he possessed that I would like to have or I would like to be. Is there anything necessarily wrong with that? No. But where's the problem though? Where's the issue? The issue is when I start to walk in his shoes or live my life as him. What did I tell you what the definition of what I see copycat is? Stripping your own identity to wear the identity of another. I'm inspired by his life and what he's done. I want to be that. I want to do that. But I don't want to be Mr. Rogers. Another man I'm inspired by is Tyler Perry. Y'all know him. He does the Medea character. He's another one that inspires me. He's one I would imitate. He is productive. He's dedicated. He's persistent. He's funny. He's consistent. And so much more. I want those things. I see those qualities in him as I see in Mr. Rogers, something that I want to possess. A lot of what he does, I do as well. A lot of you know that I do comedy every once in a while. But does that mean that I want to be like Tyler Perry? No. But I will embrace his positive traits that he has to help me on my journey. So you walk in life, your walk in life doesn't have to look like someone else's walk. Oh my, can I say it again? Your walk in life does not have to look like someone else's walk. And when you start trying to fit into someone else's shoes, you open yourself up to not only unrealistic expectations, but also an unrealistic world. Because the truth is, you're not them. So if you're living your life as them, you will start to live in almost a delusional world. No, it's not real, it's unrealistic. I know some people who think they are the Kardashians. They go out and buy this and get this done to their body and go do this and do that, and they can't even afford it. A year later, they're filing bankruptcy. There's so many people that try to live like someone else. Even a lot of people I know that's in ministry. They really don't have what you call huge ministries or large ministries, but they carry themselves that way, putting themselves in debt, buying buildings and so forth, and they can't even afford it, but they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to impress everybody else, trying to live up to someone else's expectations while they can't even meet their own. You have no clue what it took for them to get to where they're at. And like I said, I get it. It sounds cute. It sounds amazing that you want to be like them. But you don't know what it took for them to get to where they are at. Here's a quote that I really like. It says, "Be influenced, but don't steal." Be influenced, but don't steal. I can be inspired and influenced by someone, and I can adapt or accept the traits that they may have, but I don't have to steal what they do. A lot of y'all are stealers. You're copycats. I'm not being critical, I'm just being honest. You're copycats. You don't even know how to be yourself, so let me just be somebody else. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go down that route. You are amazing just the way you are. And I know I've said that zillions of times, but I wanted you to get that through your head, that you are amazing just the way you are. You don't have to be a copycat. You are the original. Can you just think about how unique you are? That nobody will ever be like you. In this world that we live in, on this planet Earth, there's only one Henry Harris. There's only one. And not only is there only one of me, there's only one of you. And nobody can be like you, and nobody can do it like you. So my encouragement to you today is not to be a copycat, but to find and discover your own path. Find and discover your own way. You are an original. You are creative. You just got to look inside of yourself. You are creative. You don't get to copycat someone. Watch this. You don't get to copycat someone who has already been invented. I am my own intervention. I don't have to be like no one else. Be your own invention. I am my own invention. I don't have to be like someone else. I don't have to steal. I don't have to do none of that. I am my own invention. Be your own invention. Be your own creativity. It's deep down inside of you. What did I talk about last week? It's like peeling that onion back. Get all that stuff off. Get that layer of fakeness off and phoniness off. And copycat is another one that's a part of those layers. Get it all off and go there in the middle and find who you are. And when you find it, you will realize, why did I waste all that time trying to copycat? Why did I waste all that time trying to be like somebody else, when I could have spent just as much time trying to be like someone else, just living out who I am? I really hope you enjoy that. And you know, sometimes we can get so caught up in trying to be like someone else or live in a phony world that we lose ourselves. I've been there, and I'm going to share my story with you next week. And our subject is going to be, as we bring this series to a close, how do I find myself again? Because I believe sometimes we can get so carried away by trying to be the next somebody else or live out of a unauthentic place that we lose who we are. You may feel lost. You may be asking yourself, how do I find myself again? Maybe you were authentic at one time and you slid back. You want to be like somebody else and you're like trying to find your way again. I believe if that fits you, tune in next week.
Hi, if you like what you've seen today, be sure to connect with Brother Henry at www.facebook.com/The Brother Henry and You Show. And also be sure to check out and subscribe to his YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/Henry Harris 100. We hope that this has been a blessing to you, and we hope to hear from you soon. Keep watching, because what matters to you matters to Brother Henry.